Hey everyone, so it's been a while. I have still been cubing. Every now and then I'll still pick up the Tornado V3, using it, solving it, but I haven't been keeping up with the community or any new releases as closely as I used to. But these two 3x3s really caught my eye. The Zanchi V5M and the Hudong 3x3s. I watched a couple of videos and they sounded really interesting. They seemed like something that I would like, so I figured let's go ahead and try them out. And then of course I had to restock on the Martian lube. I love this stuff and I'm pretty much have run out. But let's go ahead and get into the cubes. Alright, so for accessories you get, of course, the manuals, a screwdriver, looks like an extra center cap, and then a bag. Alright, so here's the cube. The centers definitely take me back to when the GAN 357 first came out, the circular centers, but let's go ahead and see how this thing turns. I'm actually really surprised how much I like this cube so far. So I wouldn't necessarily call myself a very aggressive or inaccurate turner, but even for me, where I don't have the lightest of turning styles, it still flows relatively well. I'm not really getting much catching or lockups. Of course, with most modern 3x3s, corner cutting is not really going to be an issue. Reverse is very smooth, cuts through no problem. If you're a lighter turner, this is for 100% for sure gonna flow well for you. If you're more aggressive, let me see. It does lock up. If you're wildly inaccurate, it does kind of go crazy and catch. But, you know, if you're like me, you're mildly inaccurate, not the lightest of turners, the Hudong is going to flow very nicely for you. So this one is the, standard version. So this one has the frosted surface. As most of you probably know, I despise frosted plastic just because I can't grip it too well. But this one, I can grip it reasonably well. I'm surprisingly not having as many issues as I normally would. And I think part of that is really just how well the cube flows in the turning. So that's probably making up for any gripping issues that I might be having with the frosted surface. But very, very impressed with this right now. I think if you are looking for a new main contender, just something refreshing and different from what you already have, especially with the price range that the Hudong is in, I would absolutely recommend giving it a shot. Alright, accessories, pretty much the same as any other cube you would get. You have a tensioning tool, a bag, and some instruction manuals. What? Where? Oh, alright. So first few turns, it is kind of uncontrollable. I think that's partially because the magnets are a little bit lighter, especially compared to the Hudong. The magnets right now are a bit lighter. Right now it's on the 3rd setting, so I assume 1 is the lightest and 6 being the strongest. Yep. So right now, it being at 3 is slightly towards the lighter end. So I imagine with setting it up to my preferences, it'll be a bit more controllable, flow a little bit nicer. As far as the feeling of the cube goes, it definitely does remind me of the Tangyun V5M. If any of you remember, that was my main for a little bit. This definitely reminds me of that, in that it's very soft and plushy. It's very quiet, soft, not necessarily sandy, but it's very soft. And the layers are kind of heavy, so when you make a turn, it really moves with little effort. As far as the tensioning system goes, I know all the cubes right now have all sorts of complications, and this Zanchi V5 is no exception. There are just so many circles in there. I don't even know what they mean. So I can't describe them to you or explain them to you yet. I'm definitely gonna have to read some of this, but if you're looking for something that is good and will require little to no setup, the Zanchi V5 is definitely not it, but the Hudong Light is surprisingly really, really great out of the box. So I can tell that right now, all you need is maybe a few drops of lube, throw in some Martian, it'll be amazing from the get-go. But yeah, if you're wanting something fun, feels great, play around with the Zanchi V5. So hopefully I will have some time to maybe make some reviews. But if anything, feel free to check out my Instagram. I post stories every now and then. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I see you guys again soon, and I'll catch you in the next one.